The lesson.
Oh, yeah.
You briefly mentioned the Triple J cipher that they did. And from my recollection, it was Nerve, Chillin' It, Alex Jones, and Husky.
Yeah.
Now, I remember, like, I think Chillin' It's one of the top bar spitters and just musicians in the country, hands down. And a cool dude too.
Yeah.
But when I saw the Triple J cipher, and I'm saying this respectfully, so no one shoot at me in the comments, but when I saw that Triple J cipher, man, did Alex Jones just look head and shoulders above everyone else. Like, and this is respectfully speaking, Chillin' It I hold in a very high regard. But when I saw that cipher and he was rapping next to Flea just made everyone else look like one level lesser. Do you know what I'm saying? Would you agree, disagree? What are your thoughts?
I think you and I might see music differently or like rap differently, because like I definitely have preferences, you know, but for me, like I can't see anyone being better than anybody else. I can just see my preference, you know, but maybe that's because I am an artist too, and I'm like trying to protect my own feelings. But yeah, no, I think the way, like, I would definitely say that Alex and Husky were fucking the two that I would listen to. You know how people go like, oh, skip that. But yeah, like you can see it when he moves his hands as well. Like it's like he's playing a fucking like COD, or like he's playing a fucking video game doing it, bro. And like it's almost like you can see the fucking sparks in his brain happening and shit, because you can't spit that many syllables in that short of a time and make it go for like 4 minutes. Fucking like a normal person can't do that, you know, especially live on the spot. Like I gotta like give it up for cunts that can do what they did, because me in a situation like that, bro, I'd stumble after like in 16 bars or something. So I definitely think that's a real talent to spit.
Now on the same topic of Triple J, Triple J's had a massive hand in Australian rap. People
They've definitely had a hand in it.
And this is what I want to talk to you about, because see, based on that comment, like when I talk to people about Triple J and the relationship with Oz Rap and the musicians and the whole thing, you know, you've got on one side of the fence, a lot of people are all for it. You know, it's helped pop off, you know, many careers. It's helped put Australian rap on a mainstream level, and people that weren't hardcore hip hop fans are now fans of, you know, hip hop music in Australia. But on the other side of the fence, people feel that like Triple J has only helped a select pocket of people, and that they've taken from the culture more than they've given back. And they feel kind of the opposite of what I just said before. For you personally, what are your feelings and thoughts on Triple J?
Well, I'm biased anyway, but I mean, like, cause I'm a massive Kerser fan, and the fact that Triple J basically like blacklisted rappers like Kerser, and the fact that, you know, as a kid growing up, I had a fucking rat tail and a bum bag, and my cap was fucking up like this and shit. You know, like it's not a good feeling when you get discriminated against just because of the way you dress or how you look, right? And I just think it's pretty interesting how they sort of use that as their sort of way of being like, you know, you can't discriminate against these people because, you know, they've already been discriminated against. But then it's like, well, why are you discriminating against anybody else if you don't want to be discriminated against yourself, right? I don't know. I just find it an interesting sort of situation where they can't see past the way somebody looks and just allow the talent to shine for how it is. But, you know, maybe I'm paranoid. Maybe this is a conspiracy theory, right? Like, you know, I'm reading too much into it, you know?
Now, do you ever take into consideration, and I'm neutral on this topic, do you know what I mean? Like, I see both sides of the coin. I'm not a rapper.
Triple J sees both sides of the coin. The Queen.
Do you ever take into consideration that because they're a mainstream platform and who their audience is and the nature of being mainstream, that there's just artists that they can't support, and that
I don't think
Kerser
it's-
came.
Yeah.
Just that Kerser came through with something that was so new and so like just abrasive to them that they just couldn't support it because
Yeah.
it was just like not.
But it's not got to do with the mainstream. It's got to do with the people in the upstairs parts of the buildings where it's been recorded in. It's got to do with Mr. Fat Man in his fucking suit with his fucking little gold chain walking in being like, I'm going to tell these people exactly what to do because, you know, it's going to influence this audience, right? So I don't think it's got anything to do with what the people want. It's got everything to do with what one person is trying to make the people want. And, you know, at the end of the day, like if you can make something seem popular, it doesn't actually have to be popular.
So what you're saying is that in that scenario, they're not making the decisions based on what the public want, what the youth want.
Yeah.
They're just saying on behalf of the public and the youth, this is what they want and this is what they don't want, but that's not necessarily correct.
They're saying this is what you want. They're not saying this is what they want. They're saying this is what you want. You want this, come and fucking get it. It's dirt cheap as well. It's McDonald's. Like corporations, companies, they can't help but turn into McDonald's because it's all about profit, right? Why the fuck would you ever undercut profit? That's ridiculous.
Well, here's an interesting hypothetical. What do you think would have happened if when Kerser first come out, Triple J had embraced him with open arms?
I think it would be interesting, but is that being said in the sense that they're discriminating against everybody else and just accepting Kerser and the lad community? Or are they having a complete broad, open, like, accepting sort of view on the whole thing and saying we're going to play everybody from the punk rappers to the lad rappers to the funk rappers to the conscious rappers? Like, that's the thing, is there's so much rap out there and it's just gets classified under rap. But when you listen to certain radio stations, they're only playing one playlist. They're only playing, you know, a certain view. And that's why I think the best thing in life is variety. Like, don't ever get yourself caught up just eating the same shit or listening to the same shit. Like, if you find yourself being scared because somebody else is rapping about something that makes you uncomfortable and you need to fucking hurl abuse at them, fucking maybe you need to have a sit down with yourself and, you know, realize what the fuck you're doing. But like, people make money now from other people being the shittest they can be. So it's kind of like we're not really able to move in any sort of direction at the moment that might be useful. But I hate talking necessarily about what's going to be good for society or whatever, because like that's where it always comes back to. And like society is bad for itself, so it's like you're never going to win. But
shout outs to King Kerser. I'm actually happy that, like, looking back on it now, I'm actually glad that Triple J didn't let him in, because look at what happened, not only for him, but for the whole country, because they didn't let him in. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's why, you know, determination and perseverance is absolutely key, because, and you know, so many other people would just let that shut them down. And I think that's why Kerser above everybody else is definitely my biggest influence, because it's just the fact that he is the biggest I don't give a fuck rapper. He's the number one, like, you can suck my fucking balls while I spit these fucking bars in your face, cunt. Like, he just dominates on that. And I can listen to that way more than I can listen to somebody spitting a million bars a second. Like, I still appreciate and love that type of stuff, but I'm always going to be a fan for just funny, quick-witted, smart, but dumb, just in your face, like, here you go. That's the type of shit I want to listen to.
And although you mentioned that, you know, when the festival song came out, you liked that joint amongst other older stuff.
Yeah, because 360 would say funny shit, you know?
I'm going to assume that when 360 battled Kerser, you were tapped in. You were tapped into that.
I was definitely a Kerser side, you know. I was on the Kerser side of things. But at the same time, I'm not a big battle rap fan. Like I just think it breeds fucking weirdos. Like, you know, like, but at the same time, I respect weirdos. Like, I'm a fucking weirdo myself, but I just think that it's just a strange situation to make music so competitive. Like, but then again, is it like, are we getting to a point where rap isn't actually music? Like, is it going to be spoken word, or like, where do we draw this fucking line? Like, you know, is it this guy's better than this guy? Like, you know, or is it just that guy's different to this guy? I don't know. I just find like a lot of people take it too far sometimes. A lot of people go, no, he's fucking better. I hate you, cunt. And it just ruins something that could be good, you know? I just want to reiterate, actually, but it is a good scene if everybody can see it as competition. You know, if people are able to not get offended, then yeah, I think battle rap is fucking sick. But it's just once people choose to get offended, bro, they fucking ruin it for everybody else.
The lesson.
927.